From the brand new Phillipsburg High School Gymnasium on the campus of Phillipsburg High School in Lopatcong Township, New Jersey, StatelinerSports.com proudly presents Phillipsburg High School Wrestling. Tonight, the Stateliners play hosts to the Blue Streaks of Warren Hills. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Moore, and along with Jim Meglick, we'll be bringing you all the hold-by-hold of tonight's matchup. Phillipsburg Warren Hills Wrestling is brought to you tonight by the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics, an official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Ahart, Frenzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at AFSinsurance.com. By Russo Law Offices, 633 Belvedere Road in Phillipsburg. Proud to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit RussoLawLLC.com. By Urco Community Federal Credit Union, with offices on Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and at 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Considering buying or selling your home? Contact Tara Butler at RE/MAX Supreme for all your real estate needs. Call Tara direct at 908-319-2447. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. And by Welcome to the Pit, the history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours by calling 283-43-42. Phillipsburg comes into the match with a record of 5-1. Stateliners defeating Raritan 35-25. Boundbrook in the opener of the new gymnasium 39-30. Lost to Cranford in Union County 36-32. Beat Hunterdon Central 34-24. And Kittatinny 45-19. Stateliners opened the season competing in the Beast of the East, where they finished 32nd. They finished 9th in the Bethlehem Holiday Classic and finished 3rd in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren tournament this past weekend. The Blue Streaks come into the match with a record of 7-6. They beat Lenape Valley 42-27. Pasted Hopatcong 71-12. Beat Mount Olive 40-21. Got past Sparta 34-27. Lost to Mendham 36-25. And to Middletown North 34-30. They lost to Hunterdon Central 34-25. Were defeated by Del Val 37-21. Defeated North Warren 64-9. Hackettstown 55-9. Middle Township 56-9. Lost to Boundbrook 41-33. And were defeated by North Hunterdon 30-25. The Blue Streaks are coached by Jared Hoschbach, the former Stateliner wrestler and one-time assistant coach. He is in his 12th season at Warren Hills with a record of 149 and 119. JV match a little late getting over tonight. There were 7 bouts contested, and Phillipsburg won the JV match 15-13, but there was rather extended blood time in one of those 7 matches, and that's why we're just a little bit later tonight getting started. Well, you know, Phillipsburg lost 2-time state runner-up and 3-time district champion Brandon Paetzel to graduation, along with Kyle Marcus, Tom Kozar, Tyler Agins, Chris Ruiz, DJ Wissing, and Kyle Knopfnagel. All were district place winners. Marcus, Wissing, and Knopfnagel were district champions and region runners-up. Combined, they paced the Stateliners to a 17-3 dual meet record, including just 1 loss in New Jersey and a number 5 ranking in the coaches poll. And Brandon Paetzel, the 2-time state runner-up, 3-time district champ, is now wrestling at Rutgers. Stateliners are now out on the mat for their pre-match warm-ups, and we'll go through the starting lineups for you. We're going to start the match at 126 pounds, where Warren Hills will have Cody O'Rourke, a junior, 4-4, and he will face Stateliner sophomore Cody Harrison, the transfer from Warren Hills, who is 7-3. 132, Matt Valley for the Streaks. He is a senior, 17-3, against sophomore Kyle Tino, 6-9. 138, Zach Nauta is down for the first time this season for Warren Hills. He is a senior, 17-2. Or Pedro Cruz, a junior. Cruz 4-14 to face Phillipsburg junior Lance Wissing, who is 3-4. At 145, Cameron Nauta for Warren Hills, a junior, 5-5. Will face either Brian Meyer, the junior, 17-6, or sophomore Jason Zinsmeister, who is 4-9. 152, Rashawn Wade Taylor for Warren Hills, a senior, 10-9, against either Meyer or Zinsmeister. 160, Ryan Beckler down that low for the first time this season for the Streaks. He is a senior, 8-8, against junior Shamir Broders of Phillipsburg, who is 3-8. 171 pounds, Jared Oster of Warren Hills. Junior 16-4 against either Austin Roth, the sophomore, 3-12, or senior Dan Fisher, 7-6. 182, either Roth or Fisher for the State Liners against Nick Galka, down for the first time for Warren Hills, a sophomore, 15-7. 195, Warren Hills will have Ethan Young, a junior, who will make his first varsity start against senior Drew Horan, 19-4. 220, Brody Oberle for the Streaks, a senior, 9-5, against State Liners senior Robert Melise, 16-2. 285, Talon Zafis for Warren Hills, a senior, 14-7, against Phillipsburg senior Justin Caraballo, 6-10. 106, Greg Slifka for Warren Hills, a freshman, 6-11, against Phillipsburg junior Cullen Day, 16-5. 113, Logan Nauta of Warren Hills, a freshman, 8-7, against Phillipsburg sophomore Travis Jones, 13-6. And at 120, Kyle Wolf of Warren Hills, a junior, 14-6, against Phillipsburg senior Tyrus Manley. He is 5-6. Good crowd on hand, and a couple of large student sections for both schools. And right now, public address announcer Ed Mancinelli has asked everyone to stand for the singing of our national anthem by Phillipsburg senior Juliana Sweeney. Our national anthem from the new Phillipsburg High School gym. And Jim Meglick, we had a chance to talk to both coaches before the start of this one. The matchups look pretty good, and there's some feeling out there that the 14 matches might just be split at 7-7.
Yeah, both coaches. I mean, anybody out there that looked at this match on paper and you see a 7-6 Warren Hills team against a 5-1 Phillipsburg team, you would think it's going to be a lopsided event. And both coaches feel very confident that this could come down to bonus points actually tonight. 7-7 split for one team, maybe 8-6. But again, bonus points are going to be huge. Phillipsburg will be favored in a couple of upper weights where they expect to get bonus points. But as you mentioned in the pre-match matchups that you ran through for everybody, Zach Nauta, Ryan Beckler, and Nick Galka all dropped for the first time tonight. So you look at this and you say the flip could be huge if Warren Hills can control the bouts they want to make this the match that this crowd's expecting to see tonight now.
And according to the NJSIAA rules, even though the wrestlers got 2 pounds effective on the 15th, so for instance, we're starting at 126 tonight. The weight that the wrestlers had to make is actually 128. But in order to be down for the first time and be eligible to wrestle at that weight, you have to make the scratch weight. So in the case of Zach Nauta, down at 138 for the first time, he had to make 138, with a Phillipsburg wrestler in that weight class could be as high as 140. That is Lance Wissing, who actually weighs 139.5 tonight. So both coaches, think there's the opportunity to go 7-7. And, when we talked to Dave Post last week against Hunterdon Central, he was looking for, 12 or 13 bonus points, and certainly would, like to pile up some bonus points as well, especially at 106 pounds, where Cullen Day is going to be a pretty big favorite for Phillipsburg, and with Drew Horan and Robert Melies.
And, you look at this at since we're starting at 126, which would be an odd bout, so you look at 138, the next odd bout. They got Pedro Cruz, a junior, 4-14 weighed in with Zach Nauta, and Lance Wissing for the State Liners is there. Well, Lance Wissing defeated Pedro Cruz last year in a dual meet, but it was only 7-6. So maybe that's a matchup Warren Hills could be looking at.
Our referee tonight is Mike Internocia in his 24th year as a varsity official in New Jersey, and he will bring the captains and the head coaches out to the center of the mat for the flip. Again, Phillipsburg won the JV match 15-13. Warren Hills gets to call. So the flip of the disc goes to the State Liners. I know Jared Hoschbach was telling us before the match that he just thinks sometimes there's too much emphasis put on where you start, too much emphasis put on winning the flip. He said when it comes down to it in the end, you got to come out and wrestle. So Cody O'Rourke will be out for Warren Hills at 126, a junior 4-4. Cody Harrison for Phillipsburg, and the transfer for Warren Hills. He is a sophomore, 7-3. Cody Harrison with a black t-shirt underneath his gray singlet, wears a pad on the right knee as we get underway. O'Rourke dives in, Harrison sprawls. Back up to their feet, no advantage here in the first 10 seconds. Wrestlers work on hand control, hand and wrist control. Harrison with a shot at a double, can't pull it in. Just underway, Phillipsburg and Warren Hills. Back here tomorrow night for Phillipsburg and Hanover Park. Harrison looking for a high crotch, can't lock his hands, and they're apart with 1:20 to go, scoreless first. Cody Harrison did not compete in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren tournament this past weekend. O'Rourke was out with an ankle injury. He too did not wrestle. Off the mat at 1:02 here in the first, and no advantage. Coach Dave Post thought it was he really liked starting at 126 tonight, just in case Cody Harrison had some butterflies about coming out against his own school, was able to get that taken care of in the initial bout. He's around behind and has a takedown on O'Rourke, and Harrison leads 2-0. Harrison with a strong right hand tight waist. Under 30 seconds, trying to work a hazard tilt. O'Rourke up to his feet at the edge of the mat in front of the State Liner bench, and they're off at 22 seconds.
Cody looked for that first minute, a little timid out there, just feeling out his opponent O'Rourke, and I'm sure these two know each other from last year, but again, Cody just took his time, got the shrug, opening takedown. He leads 2-0 with 20 seconds to go in the first period.
Rides with that right hand tight waist, wrapping it around the left side on Cody O'Rourke. 10 seconds to go here in the first. O'Rourke to his knees. Harrison riding out the right side. And he will ride out the first period ahead 2-0. Cody Harrison, a defending district champ, region runner-up a year ago. He is honorable mention in this weight class by the Express Times and LehighValleyLive.com. He has a career record of 30-11. There's a caution on O'Rourke on top as Harrison chose down to start the second. Harrison's ready. Now O'Rourke with a left-hand tight waist. Harrison stands right away. O'Rourke throws both legs in. That's stopped potentially dangerous by referee Mike Iranosha. Harrison's ready. Signals O'Rourke to get in. Harrison stands. O'Rourke throws those legs in again. 7 seconds in. Harrison stands. O'Rourke picks him up. Drops Harrison down to his knees. That got a roar out of the Blue Streak student section to our left. Harrison picking up on the left leg. Stopped potentially dangerous again as both feet of O'Rourke's came up off the mat. Now some officials may let that go a little bit, but Mike Iranosha has been stopping that right away. Harrison stands. There it is again, and that's a warning for stalling on O'Rourke.
That time O'Rourke threw the leg in as Cody Harrison stood, and that's what prompted the first stalling warning in this bout.
Harrison stands. O'Rourke trying a high crotch, trips him and they're off the mat. Minute 26. Cody O'Rourke 10-16 2 seasons ago. 17-8 last year. 4-4 this year. 31-28 in his career as Harrison stands again. Pulling on the left wrist and elbow. Takes O'Rourke over top, and he has a reversal, and Harrison leads 4-0. Harrison weighs 127.6. And O'Rourke is 124.5. Harrison trying to bar the left arm, now takes the left wrist. Bars the left arm. Reaching for the right wrist. Up on his toes to drive the bar. O'Rourke able to free his left arm. Harrison barring the left arm again. Reaches inside for the right wrist. He's got a hammerlock now on the left wrist. Under 30 seconds to go in the second. Lost the bar on the left arm, reaches inside for the left wrist and trying to throw a leg in. O'Rourke tries to pick off that right leg. Now Harrison wants a half Nelson from the right side. Final 5, 1 count, 2, 3, body play. Harrison ran out of time, but he turned him with a half and got 2 back points, and Harrison leads 6-0 after 2. And I think Cody O'Rourke may have been saved by the buzzer. Harrison.
O'Rourke's going to go top to start the third.
Harrison underneath. Caution. That's going to be on Harrison. Referee Mike Iranosha in there to talk to both wrestlers. They've had their problems in the referee's position. Harrison stands. There's that potentially dangerous as he throws both legs in. Again, it could happen a couple more times, and then he would get hit for the stall, and that would cost him a point. Harrison stands, pries those hands apart. Now he drops down on the right leg behind the knee. Harrison cross faces him, picks up on the near ankle, trying to take him off his base and get the reversal. There's O'Rourke trying to block Harrison off behind the right knee. Harrison has a leg hooked. There's the reversal. Harrison leads 8-0. Trying a low leg cradle, head in the side. Gives up on that. That is stopped. We have some blood time, I believe, for Cody O'Rourke of Warren Hills. Just under a minute and a half to go here in the third. Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg on top with a takedown, a pair of reversals, and 2 back points.
And Mike, you mentioned that the second period ended with Cody O'Rourke in a lot of trouble. Cody actually turned O'Rourke over with the half, and he was just about to get his body on body when the period ran out. He turned him over actually with 3 seconds to go, got a 3 count, and that was the 2 back points to end the period. And now it's 8-0 Harrison. He's built to the major, and we've got some injury time right now on the mat. I believe it's blood time.
Mentioned that Cody Harrison did not wrestle in the Hunter and Sussex Warren this past weekend. He did wrestle in the tournament a year ago, finished second when he was a 106-pounder. So he's up 3 weight classes this season. Picks up O'Rourke, drops him down to his knees. Trying to get him off his base. Takes the left wrist. Trying to flatten him out. Has that left wrist. Hooks the near leg. He's trying to pull that wrist through the crotch. Now O'Rourke stands. Harrison stands behind, tries to pick him up. Then O'Rourke tries to switch at the edge. Harrison maintained control right in front of our StatelinerSports.com microphones with 43 seconds to go in the third.
O'Rourke trying a reversal right there. Tried to switch, and Cody Harrison just crabbed right into him as they went off the mat. 40 seconds to go, 8-0 Harrison.
O'Rourke stands. Harrison gets him down to his knees, trying to pick up on the left ankle and flatten him out. 30 seconds to wrestle. Harrison trying to take that left wrist. Wants to try and turn O'Rourke to his right. Harrison trying to get a leg in, get the right leg in. Under 15 to go in the bout. Harrison has that major at 8-0 if he can maintain control. O'Rourke stands. Harrison brings him back down. 3 seconds to go. Got a 1 count on his back. Oh, he will get a couple of back points, but again, the buzzer may have saved Cody O'Rourke. 2 back points for the Stateliners' Cody Harrison. He wins a 10-0 major at 126, and through 1, Phillipsburg leads Warren Hills 4-0.
Great effort right there by Cody Harrison, and like you said, that's 2 periods. The second and third period ended when Cody had O'Rourke on his back in a compromising position. But again, it's a major for the Stateliners as they get started here against Warren Hills.
Matt Valley for Warren Hills. Senior 17-3 against Phillipsburg sophomore Kyle Tino 6-9. In on a high crotch is Valley. Settles for the left leg, gets a takedown. Valley leads Tino 2-0. That was stopped. Referee Internosha with something to say to Matt Valley. Back to the action. Tino is out. It's 2-1. Working takedowns again here at 132. Diving in on a double is Valley. Tino trying to sprawl. There is the takedown for Valley. He leads 4-1. He will cut Tino on the escape 4-2. Diving in again on a double is Valley. Third takedown. Leads it 6-2. And they'll go off the mat in front of the scorer's table across the way.
These two met a year ago when Phillipsburg defeated Warren Hills 42-14. And Matt Valley defeated Kyle Tino by major decision 15-6.
Valley with a strong right hand tight waist. Chopping at the left elbow. Just under a minute to go here in the first. Wants to bar the left arm on Tino. Now he will cut him. On the escape, 6-3. Working takedowns here again. Diving in on a double. There's a stalling warning on Tino. Looking at a high crotch. And a takedown. 8-3 in favor of Matt Valley of Warren Hills. 25 seconds to go here in the first. Right-hand tight waist. Looks up at the clock, 18 seconds to go. Warren Hills coach Jared Hosbach right on the edge of the mat to our right. Final 10 seconds. Matt Valley with an 8-3 lead after 4 first period takedowns. Tino's choice. He will go underneath to start the second. Kyle in his second year as a starter. He had 12 wins a year ago. Valley will give him the escape. It's 8-4. Dives in on that double. Tino trying to sprawl. Now around the left leg and has himself a takedown. His fifth. 10-4. Looking for a cradle. Tino pops that. Tino sits, comes out on the escape. 10-5. Valley diving in. Tino trying to control the left wrist, and they're off the mat with 1:27 to go in the second. Tino with 18 career wins, finished 8th in the Warren Hunter and Sussex tournament last weekend. Also finished 8th in the Hurricane over the holidays. Barrel roll by Valley for a takedown, and he leads 12-5. Warren Hills coaches say cut him. 12-6. Looking for a Russian tie. Tino pops out of that. Under a minute to go here in the second. Front head and arm by Valley. Spins around to Tino's right. Tino hanging on to that arm, was able to fight off that takedown attempt. Valley dives in Tino's left leg. Now diving into a double. Tino's hit for stalling. Costs him a point, and it is 13-6. 13-6. They're neutral at 40 seconds to go in the second. Tino was looking for a high crotch as Valley sprawls. Pressure on the head of Tino. Trying to step across a whizzer, still no advantage. Tino's in on a double himself. If he can pop his head to get a takedown, he got the takedown. Tino has a takedown, and it is 13-8. Valley stands, and they're off the mat at 5 seconds. 13-8 Valley after Tino's first takedown. Valley underneath with 5 seconds to go in the second.
Big 5 seconds here for Kyle Tino. See if he can keep him down here.
That is a caution on Valley. His first. Valley is set. Tino. Valley stands. Tino trying to hang on. Takes him off the mat with 1.3 seconds remaining in the second. Valley gets ready. Tino will ride him out. So it's 13-8 Valley after 2. Valley's choice. And he'll go underneath in the third. The series between Phillipsburg and Warren Hills began 1946-47. Phillipsburg's advantage is 53-14. Valley hops out of there in 2 seconds. And he now leads 14-8. Working takedowns here at 1:32. State Liners lead the match 4-0. Tino is in on the left leg. Valley able to sprawl. They're off the mat neutral at 1:36. Valley may have tired a bit, Jim.
But he sure got a good jump right there to start the third period. Coach Post thought he got too good of a jump. He was upset that he was not cautioned for the second time.
Dives in on that double and takes down Tino. He's built to the major at 16-8. They will cut him 16-9. Dives in, Tino sprawls. Off the mat at a minute 11. So right now it is a 16-9 7-point advantage for Matt Valley, the Warren Hills senior. Dives in, stalling is called on Tino. And then Tino near a takedown. Tino has a takedown. So the stalling point made it 17-9. Tino's takedown makes it 17-11. So he has lost the major right now. Valley stands. He is out. It is 18-11 on the escape. Coming up on 30 seconds to go. Dives in, Tino sprawls. Tino front head and arm. Valley diving in again. Tino trying to cross-face him and spin around to Valley's right. Valley trying to block him off with his right arm. Diving in, 15 seconds to go. Tino trying a head in the side, trying to spin around the side. 7 seconds to go. Tino up on his toes, still spinning with Valley at the edge. And Tino has saved the major. It is an 18-11 final for Matt Valley of Warren Hills. And after 2, it is Phillipsburg 4 and Warren Hills 3.
That's a big point right there. Team point saved by Kyle Tino. I mentioned that he got majored last year in the match with Warren Hills, but the two of them wrestled in the pin cancer match, and Warren Hills prevailed over Phillipsburg, and Matt Valley defeated Tino 9-4 by decision in that one.
Zach Nauta will be out at 138. A senior 17-2 for the Streaks against Phillipsburg junior Lance Wissing, who is 3-4. Wrestlers shake hands. Immediately Wissing looking for a bear hug. Then tries to drop down to the legs. Nauta fights that off. Zach Nauta, one of 3 Nauta brothers in the lineup for the Streaks. Takes half a shot, now chops down in the head of Wissing. 30 seconds gone, no advantage here at 138. Zach Nauta at 138. Cameron Wissing has a takedown and leads 2-0. Wissing barring the left arm. Nauta now up to a stand. Tries to pry those hands apart at the edge, and off the mat they go with Wissing still in control. Cam Nauta is at 145. And then Logan Nauta is at 113. Nauta tries to sit out. Wissing trying to bar the left arm. That is stopped, potentially dangerous, by referee Mike Internosha. And injury time for the left knee of Lance Wissing.
That was stopped because Wissing's arm actually, when he was trying to run the bar, actually went above the elbow of Nauta, but somehow Wissing's knee, I don't know if it popped or what, but Dwayne Bright is out there checking on him right now.
Right in the center of the mat. Minute and a half up on the clock for the injury time for Lance Wissing. Had a discussion with Coach Post about injury time versus recovery time, because we saw recovery time for Drew Horan of Phillipsburg last week. And we'll have an opportunity to get back to that maybe in a minute or two. Lance Wissing's okay. Used up 46 seconds of his injury time. Nauta stands, he's out. And it's 2-1. Work takedowns again here at 138. Front head and arm by Wissing. Wissing up on his left foot, as is Nauta. Barrel roll by Nauta, and he finishes that for a takedown. Nauta leads Wissing 3-2. "30 seconds to wrestle first period." Nauta was weight on the back of Lance Wissing, trying to get the legs in. Under 15 seconds to go. Wissing is up to his knees. Nauta brings him back down, trying to work a power half. And the first period will end with Zach Nauta of Warren Hills on top of Phillipsburg's Lance Wissing, 3-2. Nauta deferred. Wissing takes underneath to start the second. Zach Nauta, third in District 1 last year, a goals tournament champion. Finished third in the Hunter and Sussex Warren at 145. He has a career mark of 76 and 35. He's looking for a Merkel on Wissing. Keeps the elbow pressure on Wissing's head. And looks for that power half. Has stalemate's called. Stops it with 1:24. I think Dave Post was telling Wissing, keep your knees together.
Yeah, because that Nauta was definitely looking to throw the legs in, and when he got him in, but he really was on a parallel ride with that. He had no chance of turning Wissing in the position he was at, and that's why we got the stalemate. We're down to 1:15 to go, and Wissing comes out for an escape.
Now Nauta is in on Wissing's left leg. Wissing trying to roll on through with him in a funk position. Still no advantage at the edge. Wissing trying to work a front head and arm. Then tried to shrug him on by. They're off the mat. 3-3 here in the second. Working takedowns again. They each have one. Wissing like to set up a throw. Nauta trying to get out of that inside tie by Wissing. "30 seconds to wrestle here in the second. 3-3 bout at 138. Stalemate's called. We'll go back to the center and try it again at 23 seconds. Wissing likes to work up high. Nauta the leg shots. Nauta dives in at Wissing's right leg. Locked behind that and has a takedown with 10 seconds to go. And Wissing hurt that left knee again. On the takedown by Nauta, it is 5-3. And the injury clock going to roll again for Lance Wissing on that left knee.
And this is the second injury now for Wissing, so Zach Nauta will have the choice of how he would like to start this with, I believe there's like 40 seconds to go in the period.
And 15 seconds left on the injury clock as again Dwayne Bryda flex that left knee. So something's definitely not right there for Lance Wissing. Wissing will continue. There's 8.6 seconds to go here in the second period.
I guess when I looked up and I saw the 40, I must have seen 40 seconds left on the injury clock, but now there's no injury time left for Wissing.
Nauta chose underneath. stands, and he's out. So he leads 6-3, dives in. Wissing fights that off, and the period ends. 6-3 Nauta after 2. Nauta's going to start from underneath again. Wissing not going to put any weight on that left knee. Nauta stands, he's out. On the escape, it's 7-3. Dives in on that left leg, takes down takes down Wissing, 9-3. Trying to work a power half. He's going to cut him. On the escape, it is 9-4 in favor of Nauta. Front head and arm by Wissing. 30 seconds gone in the third. Maybe near a stalemate here. There's the call in a minute 25.
Yeah, Wissing was just holding on right there, trying to kill some clock.
He has to try and keep Nauta off his legs because he doesn't have much to fight him off. Again, he's looking for a bear hug. Inside trip by Nauta. Can't finish it now. He has to try and block off Wissing with his right arm. Wissing underhooking the left shoulder and trying to work a butt drag.
1 minute to wrestle, 1 minute.
Nauta comes up to his feet. He tries to throw, dives in on the leg. Wissing in a sitting position, trying to stay locked to the crotch with 50 seconds to go. Then he tries to funk out of that. Still no advantage. Wissing has Nauta's left leg. Nauta sitting on top of Wissing. 35 seconds, and there's a stalemate call. With a score 8. It's 8 up on the board.
Yeah, I've got 9-4.
Yeah.
9-4.
And injury time is rolling now for Zach Nauta. If you just joined us, Cody Harrison of Phillipsburg won a 10-0 major over Cody O'Rourke of Warren Hills at 126. And Matt Valley of Warren Hills scored an 18-11 decision over Phillipsburg's Kyle Tino at 132. So Lance Wissing trying to hang on here with a bum left knee. He has used all his injury time.
Yeah, we were 5-3 when the injury time occurred on Wissing. And Nauta chose down, got an escape to make it 6-3. Started the third period down, he got an escape. And then a takedown, and Wissing with an escape. So it's 9-4. They got 8-4 up on the board.
Wissing was looking for a bear hug. Now looking for a knee tap. Trying to take Nauta off his base. Nauta blocking off with his right arm. He may be trying to set up another barrel roll. Then Wissing hanging on with that underhook of the left shoulder. Under 10 seconds to go in the bout. So Wissing will keep Zach Nauta from getting bonus points. It is a 9-4 final. We are through 3. It is Warren Hills 6 and Phillipsburg 4.
Well, in a match where we said it was going to come down to bonus points, Warren Hills, I'm sure, would have liked to get some bonus points there. They were not able to as we go to the 4th of 14.
This is going to be Cam Nauta for Warren Hills and Jason Zinsmeister for Phillipsburg. Zinsmeister is a sophomore, 4-9. Cameron Nauta is a junior, 5-5. Zinsmeister weighs 143.2. Cam Nauta at 144.9. Barrel roll by Zinsmeister. And he finishes it for a takedown to lead 2-0. Zinsmeister goes right away to throw the legs in. To take Nauta off his base and look for a power half. Off the mat they go with a minute 22 to go in the first.
10 takedowns for Warren Hills, 5 for Phillipsburg. Warren Hills leads 6-4 in the match. A pair of decisions for Warren Hills. Matt Valley 18-11 over Kyle Tino, and Zach Nauta 9-4 over Lance Wissing. The Stateliners 4 came in the opening bout at 126. Cody Harrison a 10-0 major over Cody O'Rourke.
Zinsmeister gets the legs in. Look for a power half from the right side. Trying to take the left wrist with the power half. Keeps pressure on the head and neck of Cameron Nauta. Trying to turn him to his left. Now Nauta trying to get up to his feet and shake Zinsmeister off the top, and he does for a reversal. Ties the bout at 2. Zinsmeister to his knees. Zinsmeister is out. And then try to horse his way behind, and does for a takedown. So an escape and takedown for Zinsmeister, and he leads Cameron Nauta 5-2 here with 15 seconds to go in the first. Again, he's up high with those legs in. Nauta will try and shake him off. Trying to pull at the elbow, and he does, gets the reversal with 2 seconds to go. He's got a cradle as the period ends. So it's 5-4 Zinsmeister after 1.
Right there, Jason Zinsmeister was able to get the legs in, but both times when he got him in, he wasn't able to keep his weight back, got his weight up high, and 2 reversals for Cam Nauta, and Zinsmeister leads 5-4 as he goes down to start the second.
Nauta picks up on the left leg, maintaining control. Nauta trying to wrap that tight waist around the left side of Zinsmeister. Zinsmeister gets to his knees, stands at the edge, and Nauta will take him off to our left. Minute 36 to go in the second. Cameron Nauta finishing 3rd in District 1 last season. First year as a varsity wrestler for the Streaks. Sit out and turn in by Zinsmeister, covered by Nauta. Zinsmeister sits again, turns in. Nauta maintains control. A Granby roll, and Zinsmeister has a reversal. He leads 7-4. Zinsmeister riding out the right side. Now wants to go back to that power half. Throws the left leg in. Reaching under the left arm. Now riding out the left side. 50 seconds to go in the second.
The power half is what clinched it for Phillipsburg against Hunterdon Central. Zinsmeister got a fall in the 14th bout against Mark Delaval in 2 minutes and 33 seconds with the power half.
Reaching inside for that left wrist. Riding out the left side. Stalling warning on Cameron Nauta of Warren Hills. Zinsmeister almost lost him as they go off the mat. He's still in control with 26 seconds. Nauta gets set. Now Zinsmeister. Zinsmeister with a left hand tight waist. Throws the legs in. Again, he's up a little high. Locked hand's going to be called here. That's the call. That's a point for Nauta. And it is 7-5 with 11 seconds to go in the second. Nauta tries to stand. Zinsmeister throwing that right leg in. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. And Zinsmeister will ride out the second, ahead 7-5. This is one of the ones that Phillipsburg coach Dave Post really wants, I think, to give him what he thinks is a little breathing room.
Yeah, this is, he talked about a couple of toss-ups. This is the one that he felt that he could take for the Stateliners, and he knows Brian Meyer will be a heavy favorite in the next bout.
Underneath Nauta here in the third. Stands. He is out, making it 7-6. Zinsmeister in on the right leg behind the knee, trying to pull that leg through. Nauta with pressure on the head of Zinsmeister. Keeps the left leg in a stalemate called at 1:38. 7-6 lead for Jason Zinsmeister of Phillipsburg. Wrestlers tie up with 1.5 to go in the bout. Warren Hills a 6-4 lead in the match. Trailing by a point in the bout. 1:15 to wrestle. Nauta has to be the aggressor here. He's trailing. Dives in on the leg of Zinsmeister, front head and arm. 1 minute to go.
The only stalling warning in this bout so far is to Cameron Nauta. One warning.
Zinsmeister tried to snap him down. They're off at 54 seconds. Zinsmeister looking over at Phillipsburg coach Dave Post for some instructions. Wrestlers are tied up here at 45 seconds. Zinsmeister with a 1-point lead. Zinsmeister content to tie up here. He does not have a stalling warning. He has a front head and arm. Snaps down Nauta to his knees. Nauta back up to a stand. Nauta pops out of that. Under 30 seconds to go in the bout. Nauta was looking for a Russian tie. We're down to 15 seconds. Dives in, front head and arm as Zinsmeister sprawls. Zinsmeister keeping that, then turns, circles back in. 8 seconds to wrestle. Nauta dives in, Zinsmeister trying to sprawl. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2, 1, and Zinsmeister will win a 7-6 decision for Phillipsburg at 1:45. We are through 4. Phillipsburg has regained the lead. It's 7-6.
State Liners with a major and a decision. Warren Hills with 2 decisions. And now we're going to 152 where we're going to see Phillipsburg's junior Brian Meyer. And for Warren Hills, Meyer is a junior 17-6, and for Warren Hills it's Rashawn Taylor, a senior 10-9.
Warren Hills has not beaten Phillipsburg since the 1989-90 season when they beat the State Liners twice. And they really needed that last bout. Brian Meyer has a takedown and leads 2-0. Wade Taylor stands and comes off the mat. 1:43 to wrestle in the first. Warren Hills winning the sectional crown on their way to a state championship that year, 34-30. Phillipsburg has won 30 straight. Meyer gives up an escape, and it's 2-1. Meyer dives in on the left leg. Ankle pick by Meyer. He's got his second takedown. He leads 4-1. Brian Meyer very comfortable on his feet. They go off the mat 2 hour left. 1:25 to go in the first.
These two met at the Pin for Cancer match, and Brian Meyer pinned Rashawn Taylor in 2 minutes and 22 seconds.
Meyer will give him an escape. 4-2. State Liners in their gray singlets tonight. Warren Hills in blue. Ankle pick by Meyer to a double and a takedown. Leads 6-2. Off the mat to our left at an even minute to wrestle in the first. Dave Post says cut him.
Brian Meyer with 3 takedowns in the first minute.
On the escape, it's 6-3. Meyer trying to tap at the head of Taylor. Taylor ties up Meyer's right wrist. Meyer diving in. Taylor sprawls. Meyer has the left leg. Lost it. Looking for a bear hug. Stalling warning on Wade Taylor as they go off in front of the State Liner bench at 38 seconds. Ankle pick and a beauty by Brian Meyer to go up 8-3. Looking over at Dave Post and Scott Silvas, who indicates keep him down with 20 seconds to go in the first. Meyer with his weight on the back of Wade Taylor with under 10 seconds to go here in the first. And Meyer will ride him out with an 8-3 lead after one.
Common opponent for these two at Hunterdon Central was Chris Taylor. Brian Meyer, a 15-4 major over Chris Taylor. And Rashawn Taylor was a 7-3 winner over Chris Taylor.
Taylor will take underneath, and Meyer will cut him. On the escape, it's 8-4. Brian Meyer is a defending District 1 and Region 1 champion. He is ranked 4th at 145. He's got another takedown. Meyer leads it 10-4. Meyer ranked 4th at 145 in the state, according to NJ.com. Meyer has the left arm barred. Reaches inside for the right wrist. Up on his toes to drive the bar. Now he lost the bar. Takes the left wrist, looking for a 2-on-1 on the left wrist. Gives up on that. Just under a minute 10 to go here in the second. Meyer with a 10-4 advantage. Stalling warning. Stalling call. Gives Meyer a point. It's 11-4. Trying to bar the left arm again. Has the arm barred.
Now he's got a double.
And turns him over. And the fall. Double arm bar in 3:16 for Brian Meyer. We are through 5. It is Phillipsburg 13 and Warren Hills 6. State Liners with 4 bonus points. I believe this will be Ryan Beckler for Warren Hills, who's down at 160 for the first time. It is. He's a senior 8-8. Shamir Broaders for Phillipsburg. The junior is 3-8.
Brian Meyer right there was that single arm bar the whole time, and when he got the double, he turned Taylor over, and it didn't take long.
Broaders weighs 161.3. Beckler 159.3. Beckler down at 160 for the first time this year. Jared Hoshbach telling us before the match that, three of these guys dropped. There's a throw by Beckler and fought off by Broaders, and are off the mat at 1:25. He had to do it to get better matchups.
And that was a good attempt at a lateral drop right there by Beckler. Just wasn't able to control Broaders as they went off the mat.
Wrestlers pawing at each other with 1:10 to go in the first. Now they tie up. No advantage. We've wrestled a minute here at 160. State Liners lead the match 13-6. We are in the 6th of 14. Off the mat, no advantage at 42 seconds.
I think the best lateral drop I've ever seen by a State Liner is definitely A.J. Varga. Varga just had that down pat.
And I think it was even when everybody knew it was coming, he was still able to execute.
Yeah, it didn't matter. I can remember down at the groups against Kingsway, and A.J. Varga hit it. He hit it like 3 times in the match. The final one was the one he got a fall in.
15 seconds to go. The lateral drop attempt by Beckler, the closest either wrestler has come to a takedown here in the first period. And we will have our first scoreless bout of through the first period tonight. Ryan Beckler of Warren Hills, Shamir Broaders of Phillipsburg. Broaders underneath to start the second. Beckler finished second in the goals tournament. Broaders very nearly came out, able to stand right away on the whistle. Beckler honorable mention from LehighValleyLive.com in the rankings. Broaders stands, and that's a stalling call on Beckler for forcing Broaders off the mat. First warning.
Yeah, it had to be for forcing because he wasn't up for 5 seconds long enough to get the stalling warning.
And he will cut Broaders. So Broaders leads 1-0 and will work takedowns again. Warren Hills fell out of the top 10 rankings in the Express Times and LehighValleyLive.com this week. Phillipsburg remains number 7 in the area, behind Bethlehem Catholic, off the mat, no advantage. Northampton, Easton, Nazareth in the 3rd position. Easton is 4th. Liberty 5th, Saucon Valley 6th. And then 8 through 10 is Delaware Valley Wilson in the rankings for the first time this week. And North Hunterdon also in for the first time. Tin Flynn's Lions coming in the 10th spot. Off they go in front of the Warren Hills bench in 1:13.
And Phillipsburg will travel to North Hunterdon next Wednesday. StatelinerSports.com will have Hanover Park tomorrow night at 7 p.m. And then Saturday is Easton Phillipsburg here from the Phillipsburg Gymnasium. Start time 7 p.m. StatelinerSports.com. In fact, we'll probably go on the air about 6:50.
Broaders try to spin around behind, runs out of room at 54 seconds. This is another one that Phillipsburg coach Dave Post, if the Stateliners can get, he would breathe even easier. Jared Hoschbach telling us that he really thought he might need to win 8 to win the match tonight. And I'm pretty sure that would have included the last bout and this one. You know, without some upsets or big upsets. Down to 20 seconds here in the second. Off the mat, still no advantage as Beckler went in on a double. Beckler going to be his choice in the 3rd. Again, neither wrestler close to a takedown here in the second. Final 10 seconds. Wrestlers break apart. That'll do it for 2. Broaders on top, 1-0 after 2. Beckler will be down in the 3rd. Statewide rankings, NJ.com has Phillipsburg in the 5th spot. That's behind Bergen Catholic, Del Barton, South Plainfield, and Cranford. The New Jersey Wrestling Writers Association has the Liners in 5th behind Bergen Catholic, Del Barton, Cranford, South Plainfield. Broaders picking up Beckler and now has to cut him. Minute 51, so we're even at 1 apiece. And we'll work takedowns. Neither wrestler able to ride for long at all. Hanover Park, Phillipsburg's opponent tomorrow night, ranked 12th according to NJ.com. They are 11th in the Wrestling Writers Association poll. Hanover Park coming off the Escape the Rock tournament. In on the right leg is Broaders, trying to block off now as Beckler tries to spin around to Broaders' right at the edge of the mat in front of the State Liners bench. Still no advantage here. Broaders trying to take Beckler off his knees, pop his head for a takedown. Still no advantage here. Broaders trying, or Beckler trying to set up a spladle perhaps on the far side of the mat. Still no advantage. Under 40 seconds to go. And no advantage as they come up to their knees and are off the mat at 30 seconds.
I think Shamir Broaders has a headgear issue. I saw it in the back pop off, and I saw assistant coach Scott Silvas get some tape in his hand to go up there and tape it, but that's what Coach Dave Post is trying to tell referee Mike Internacia.
Mike says, I got it. We're good. 30 seconds to go in regulation in a 1-1 bout. Wrestlers are tied up. 20 seconds to go in regulation. Broaders trying to snap down on the head of Beckler. 10 seconds to go. Broaders with half a shot. 5 seconds. And we will go overtime at 160. 1 minute up on the clock. First point in this 1 minute overtime will win it. Only stalling warning belongs to Beckler of Warren Hills. Ties up Broaders' left wrist. He frees it. 45 seconds gone. Broaders looking at a leg and trying to spin around behind was Beckler. Fought him off. Broaders trying to again attack the left leg. Broaders backs off as Beckler attacked his right leg. And they're off at 33 seconds.
Neither wrestler wants to go underneath the other one. They want to do the half shots. If they can catch an ankle or a knee, that'd be great.
30 seconds in the 1 minute overtime. Wrestlers are tied up. It's kind of pushing on each other. Beckler dives in on Broaders' leg. Broaders draped over top. Beckler trying to pick up that left leg at the edge of the mat, and they go off neutral at 7.1 seconds. Diving it, stalling warning on Broaders. Broaders spins around behind it, gets a takedown, and wins it with 2 seconds to go. Broaders got warned for stalling and then fought off a Beckler shot spinning around behind to get the takedown with approximately 1.2 seconds on the clock to give the State Liners a 3-1 overtime decision. And through 6, it's Phillipsburg 16 and Warren Hills 6.
Well, it's a good thing nobody watched the clock right there, because they would have thought they were going to the first ride-out period. And Shamir Broaders, a huge win for the State Liners. The State Liners will probably, right now, feel that they're comfortably in front, 16-6 over Warren Hills. And we are in the 7th of 14.
Austin Roth is out for Phillipsburg. The sophomore is 3-12. Facing Jared Oster of Warren Hills. He is a junior, 16-4. He hits a power shrug, has a takedown, and Oster leads 2-0. And they go off the mat just to our left. Roth weighs 171.4. Oster 171.7. Oster has a cross-face cradle and takes Roth back. Looking in is referee Mike Internacio, and he calls the fall in 24 seconds with a cross-face cradle. We are halfway through. It is Phillipsburg 16 and Warren Hills 12. So now at 182, this will be Nick Galka. Galka for Warren Hills is a sophomore, 15-7. And for Phillipsburg, Dan Fisher, a senior, 7-6. Galka weighing in for the first time at this weight this season. He weighs 181.1. Fisher at 171.2, so Fisher's going to give up 10 pounds.
In that last bout, Jared Oster last year defeated Austin Roth 10-1. He majored him this time with a cross-face cradle and a fall in the first period. It cuts Phillipsburg's lead to 16-12 halfway through.
First bonus points for Warren Hills. Phillipsburg with a fall and a major for 4 bonus points. Galka and Fisher, 30 seconds in, no advantage. So 2 toss-ups that Coach Dave Post wanted, he got out of Jason Zinsmeister and Shamir Broaders. Stateliners with that 4-point lead midway through. One minute to go here in the first, no advantage. Galka trying to work an arm drag. Fisher frees that right arm. Down to 40 seconds here in a scoreless first. Galka's in on Fisher's right leg behind the knee and has a takedown. Galka on top 2-0. Fisher stands. Galka takes him off in front of the scorer's table across the way at 25 seconds.
Galka was quick right there on that takedown, his first of the match to go up 2-0. And right now, Dan Fisher with 24.8 to go, try to get a point here before the period ends. And Galka is going to try to keep him down as he dives in on a single and brings that single up.
Fisher hopping up and down on his right foot. That's a stalling warning on Galka. First warning. 15 seconds as Fisher gets set underneath. Right hand tight waist, left elbow. Fisher stands, tries to pull those hands apart. Fisher gets out with 9 seconds to go, and it's 2-1. Galka shoots in at a leg. Fisher circles at the edge, and they're off just under 3 seconds.
Galka wasn't able to hold him. Gave up a stalling warning and an escape in the final 15 seconds.
2-1, Nick Galka. After 1. Fisher will be underneath to start the second. Galka finishing 3rd last year in the district as a freshman. 6th in last weekend's Hunter and Sussex Warren. He's honorable mention in the Express Times, LehighValleyLive.com, as a career mark of 34-22. He gives Fisher an escape to start the second, and we're tied at 2. Phillipsburg's going to be heavily favored coming up at 195 with Drew Horan. Warren Hills will have Ethan Young in his first varsity bout. 30 seconds gone here in the second. Only takedown belongs to Galka in the first. Fisher with a shot at a double. Galka fights that off. He shoots in, and they're off the mat at a minute 13.
I'm sure Drew Horan's anxious to get back on the mat after the disappointing loss in the finals at the Hunter and Sussex Warren tournament with Kyle Leitner of Delaware Valley. And Coach Post told us he was a little under the weather, not himself that day. And we'll see how he performs tonight. But again, it's going to be a tough chore for Ethan Young making his first start going against Drew Horan of the Stateliners.
Dave Post telling us that Drew actually weighed in 4 pounds lighter on Saturday than he did on Thursday against Kittatinny. High crotch by Galka. Fisher fights that off at 45 seconds. Dan Fisher finishing 3rd in the district last year. 8th in the Hunter and Sussex Warren, and is ranked an honorable mention by the Express Times and LehighValleyLive.com. Fisher with 27 career wins. Final 15 seconds here, the second. Skalka was looking at an arm drag, and Fisher fights that off. Stalling is called on Fisher. That's the first warning for the Phillipsburg senior. We have 4.2 seconds to go. And the second will end with the bout tied at 2. Galka will be underneath in the third. Galka gets set. He stands, he's out in 3 seconds. And Nick Galka has a 3-2 lead here in the third. Fisher is the one who has to be the aggressor here, trailing by 1. Galka with a shot at the right leg of Fisher, can't pull it in. Fisher does the pushing as they go off the mat. 1.5 to go in the bout.
Coach Dave Post shouting some instructions to Dan Fisher, wants him to get some side-to-side action and maybe shoot for that double.
Stateliner student section shouting out Fisher with under 1:15 to go in this one. Wrestlers kind of stalking each other. One minute to go in the bout. They tie up in the center. Galka reaches for the right leg of Fisher, can't get it. Fisher tries to underhook the right shoulder, circling at the edge. Wrestlers backpedal towards the center with 40 seconds to go in the bout.
Both wrestlers have been warned.
30 seconds to go. Down to 20 as Galka takes a shot at the edge and they go off. Fisher finishing 7th in last year's Hurricane and 2nd in the last year's Hunter and Sussex Warren. Fisher looked for a double, 15 seconds to go. Fisher again with the shot. Now Galka tried to get in on a leg. Fisher front head and arm, and they're off at 6.2 seconds. 6.2 to go with Fisher trailing by 1.
Coach Jared Hosbach shouting some instructions out, just telling him to watch his position right here in the final 5.
Galka get in on Fisher's right leg, and he will win it. Galka wins it 3-2 at 182. We are through 8. It is Phillipsburg 16 and Warren Hills 15. Each team has won 4 bouts. The difference right now, a bonus point major by the Stateliners' Cody Harrison at 126. 195, Drew Horan for Phillipsburg, a senior, 19-4. Ethan Young of Warren Hills, a junior, making his first varsity start. On the whistle, they tie up. Horan weighs 192.4. And Young tipped the scales at 193.9, thrown to his back by Horan. Body press and the fall in 21 seconds. Horan with the fall. And Phillipsburg now on top, 22-15. Horan wasted no time.
No, Ethan Young, Coach Hossbach said that he was a put-together 195-pounder, and he was. I mean, very good-looking 195 as far as body-wise, but Drew Horan, all the experience in the world over Young making his first start, and put the State Liners, gave them their second fall of the night, and they're up 22-15.
And Robert Melise has a quick takedown over Brody Oberle. Melise tried to check him back. Now looking for a cement job. And Melise has the takedown, has Oberle on his back. Looking in is referee Mike Internosha. Melise trying to get more. Picks up on the legs, body press and a fall for Melise in 29 seconds. We are now through 10. And Phillipsburg leads 28-15.
Let's congratulate Robert Melise, his 100th career win.
Robert now 119 in his career, the two-time state place winner. Second a year ago, fifth 2 seasons ago.
He just announced to the crowd it was Robert's 100th win. Nice ovation from Warren Hills coach Jared Hossbach.
And Melise has been a very dependable pinner over the last 3 seasons for the State Liners. Talon Zafis for Warren Hills at 285. He's a senior, 14-7. He weighs 257.3. Zafis at 257.3. Phillipsburg's Justin Caraballo at 267.6. Zafis has come a long way in the Warren Hills program. 2 seasons ago, he was 1-18. Improved to 16-16 last year, 14-7 this year.
Last year, you mentioned 16-16. He lost to Kyle Nothnagel in the dual meet, 4-1. And these two actually met at the Pin Cancer match, and Zafis defeated Caraballo 3-2.
Wrestlers battle for wrist control. Caraballo able to peel off that hand behind his head. One minute gone here in the first. No advantage. So the State Liner hammers. Drew Horan and Robert Melise come through and turn a 1-point Phillipsburg advantage into a 13-point advantage with 4 bouts to go. Zafis reaches for Caraballo's right leg, can't pull it in. Under 30 seconds to go. Caraballo trying to snap down on the head of Zafis. At the edge, they go off the mat at 17 seconds.
You can just see something in Robert Melise's eyes right now. He is focused. When he goes out on that mat, he knows what he wants to do and when he wants to do it. And I don't see an opponent right now stopping him. He is in mid-season form as we head to the sectionals here in a couple weeks.
Continues to be ranked 3rd in the state, according to NJ.com. First period scoreless here at 285 between Talon Zafis of Warren Hills, Justin Caraballo of Phillipsburg. Zafis will be underneath to start the second. Melise ranked 3rd behind Joe Sorecco of DePaul and Pete Asciardi of Don Bosco. They both placed at the Beast of the East. Caraballo riding, looking for a cradle on Zafis. Zafis standing. Caraballo still in control, but about to lose Zafis. There's the escape. Zafis has the lead 1-0. 30 seconds gone here in the second. Zafis trying to snap down on the head of Caraballo. They look for a headlock, and they go off in front of the Warren Hills bench. And Robert Maliz, 40 wins last season, 38 as a sophomore, 5 as a freshman, including a big fall in the state championship match.
And now Drew Horn will be the next state liner looking to get number 100.
Yeah, Drew with his win tonight up to 97 against 28 career defeats. Of course, Drew got in the hearts of Phillipsburg fans as a very undersized heavyweight as a freshman. Caraballo still trying to snap down on the head of Zafis. 45 seconds to go here in the second. And again, Zafis looked for that headlock, and they go off.
That time he was a little tighter on the headlock. The first time he tried to headlock, Caraballo almost slipped around the side, but they went off the mat.
Caraballo was headlocked last week by Lacombe of Hunterdon Central that we saw. Now Caraballo looking for a cement job. Snaps him down to his knees, then went for a low leg cradle and can't finish as they go off at 20 seconds.
Nice move right there by Justin Caraballo. Like you said, he had the underhook and head locked, looking for the cement job. Gave up on that, looked for a low leg cradle off the mat. 17 seconds to go, second period, and Talon Zafis leads 1-0.
Final 10 seconds. Going to be Caraballo's choice in the third. It ends 1-0 Zafis. Caraballo will go underneath. Caraballo getting set. He's waited 3 seasons to get here as the heavyweight. Zafis chops at the left elbow. Caraballo on his knees, trying to get hand control. Zafis keeps chopping at that left elbow. Right hand tight waist, chopping at the left elbow, trying to take Caraballo off his base. Now he wants to drive a half in the left, gives up on that. Keeps chopping at that elbow. Now he flattens out Caraballo. Reaches inside for Caraballo's left wrist. Caraballo trying to struggle to his knees. Zafis keeping his weight high on the back of Caraballo. Caraballo gets to his knees. Just under a minute to go in the bout. Zafis keeps chopping at that left elbow. Now tries to cross-face Caraballo. Caraballo still trying to get to his knees. Right in the center of the mat. They've not moved very far from that point since Mike Internosha blew his whistle. Under 30 seconds to go.
Yeah, and Zafis has the ankle hooked also of Caraballo.
Up, we have blood from the nose of Caraballo. So that'll stop it. Blood clock rolling here at 2:85.
Tonight's match is brought to you by the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedic and official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. And for all your legal needs, Russo Law Offices, 633 Belvedere Road in Phillipsburg. Proud to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit RussoLawLLC.com. A. Hart, Frenzy and Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com.
They have stopped the blood flow from Justin Caraballo. We have 21 and a half seconds to go in the bout with Caraballo trailing 1-0. He tries to sit and turn in, and Zafis trying to drive Caraballo on his back. And the fall. He tried to sit out and turn in and got pinned with 13 and a half seconds remaining. So the time of the fall is 5:46 for Talon Zafis. With 3 bouts to go, it is Phillipsburg 28 and Warren Hills 21.
Phillipsburg with 3 falls, a major and 2 decisions. Warren Hills with 2 falls and 3 decisions as we go to 106.
Cullen Day for the Stateliners. A junior, 16 and 5, facing freshman Greg Slivka, 6 and 11. Stateliners with a 7-point lead with a fall from Day could put it out. Day weighs 107.4, Slivka 105.5. Day picking up on the leg, trying to hook a leg and then turn in, and it stopped. I believe it was stalemated by referee Mike Internosha.
And Colin Day pinned Greg Slivka in the Pin for Cancer in 53 seconds.
Day head beneath the chest of Slivka. Slivka reaches for a leg, trying to lock his hands behind Day's left thigh, trying to pull that leg through. Day arching his back. Day gets him down to his knees. Day frees the leg, then trying to spin around to Slivka's right, shrugs him. Slivka trying to block off with his left arm. Day picks up on the left ankle, and Day has a takedown and leads 2-0. 50 seconds to go here in the first. Day, right hand tight waist. Riding out the left side. Now trying to work a hazard tilt. Referee Internosha shaking his head no. Now he's got a 2 count. He's got 1 count. He's got 2 back points. Still trying to, gives up on the hazard. 2 back points for Cullen Day. The Stateliner junior leads 4-0. 10 seconds to go. Thought about a cross-face cradle with 5 seconds remaining. And Cullen Day will ride out the first. He's ahead 4-0.
Common opponent from Hunterdon Central for these 2 wrestlers was Anthony Romaniello. Cullen Day defeated Romaniello 6-3, and Romaniello pinned Gregory Slivka in 29 seconds.
Day deferred. Slivka chose neutral here in the second. Cullen Day 33-14 in his career. He's in on a double, picks up Slivka and dumps him. And on the takedown, Day leads 6-0. Day reaches inside to control the left wrist. Day ranked 8th in the state in this weight class according to NJ.com. 3rd in the Express Times Lehigh Valley Live.com area. Stalling is called on Slivka. First warning, Day looking for a cross-face. Leg in. Trying to drive Slivka over and get more weight on the left shoulder. 1 count, 2, 3. Body press by Day on the left shoulder. Plenty of time. Now he gets chest to chest with him. Has the legs in. Internosha looking at the left shoulder, and Slivka manages to bridge off his back. 3 back points for Day. He's on top 9-0.
Day actually got a double grapevine in there too on Slivka, and he slipped out of that. Got the 3 points. We're down to 35 seconds to go. Cullen Day leads 9-0.
Trying to work a power half. Has the left leg in. 20 seconds to go. Day maintaining control. Final 10 seconds. Day tried to work a tilt. Day with a 9-0 lead after 2. Day's choice, and he chose neutral. State Liners with a 7-point lead in the match, 28-21. We're at 106, or the 12th of 14. Duck under by Day to a leg. Has a takedown. Day leads 11-0. Day's going to cut him. Slivka pushing in on the right leg. There's the escape. 11-1. Day in on a double. Trying to pick the legs up over top his head. Still no advantage here. Day trying to sit back into Slivka. Still no advantage. Day trying to turn in. Slivka with his legs wrapped around the body of Day, and a stalemate's called at 58 seconds. Day on top, 11-1. Wrestlers tied up in the center. Day trying to reach for a leg. Has a takedown. Trying to take him to his back. Got a little bit too far out in front. Takedown, it's 13-1. 40 seconds to go in the bout. Stalling call. That gives Day a point. It is 14-1. If he can turn him, he'll get the technical fall with 30 seconds to go. Day barring the left arm. Wants to try to sit on that bar and throw a leg in and get a tilt. 1 count. 2, he's got the technical fall. 3, 4, 5. If he doesn't stick him, trying to drive a power half on the right side. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, body press. Slivka trying to bridge. 2 seconds, 1 second, and he got out. 3 back points. Day will get the technical fall. 17-1 technical fall. 5 team points for the State Liners. They lead by a dozen, 33-21 with 2 bouts to go.
33-21 State Liners. So Warren Hills is going to need 2 falls here at 113 and 120 to win this match.
And that would do it for them too. The lead is 12, but Warren Hills would win on criteria. It would be 7-7, and they would have 4 falls to Phillipsburg's 3. In on a double is Logan Nauta of Warren Hills on Phillipsburg's Travis Jones. And he has a takedown. Nauta on top, 2-0. He's a freshman, 8-7. Jones a sophomore, 13-6.
Tell you why this isn't over yet. These two met at the Pin for Cancer, and Nauta defeated Jones 8-7. And in the next matchup, Kyle Wolf pinned Tyrus Manley in that match in 4:22. So this is far from over here.
Jones has an escape. It's 2-1. Jones is very good on top, but can occasionally be careless underneath. Jones, half a shot at the left leg. Blocked off by Nauta. Jones spinning around, hooks the right leg, and Jones looking for a cradle. Jones has a takedown. He has a low leg cradle, trying to get his head in the side and take Logan Nauta off to his back. Jones with the takedown leads 3-1. Jones has him on his back. Nauta trying to roll on through. Jones catches him. Jones with a body press on Nauta's right shoulder. Trying to get chest to chest with him. Referee Mike Internosha looking in at that right shoulder. Under 30 seconds to go in the first. Nauta trying to bridge. Jones trying to get more on that right shoulder. Dave Post saying stay right there. 15 seconds to go in the first. Jones all he can on that right shoulder. Trying to tilt Nauta to his back. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1, and it'll be 3 back points. Dave Post thought he had it from across the way. 3 back points, and Jones leads 6-1 after 1. Nauta defers, Jones goes underneath. I'm sorry, 6-2, I said 6-1. Jones underneath to start the second. Nauta trying to pick up on the left leg. He's trying to lock up a cross-face cradle. Has his hands locked. Jones breaks the cross-face. Nauta picking up on that left ankle. Again wants to reach for a cross-face. Jones up on his head and his toes. Now Nauta trying to sink a power half. He's up a little high. Jones trying to come out the back door up on his toes. Under a minute and a half to go here in the second. Jones pops his head. Jones has a reversal. Jones leads it 8-2. He's able to turn Nauta with a cradle in the first.
Well, Nauta had a cradle on Jones. Jones broke it. Then Nauta also had a power half that as he turned Jones over, Jones slipped out the back door, popped his head for the reversal now with under a minute to go.
Jones has the left arm pulled across the body. Thinking about a hazard tilt. 45 seconds to go in the second. Jones works the hazard. And Jones, again, got a little sloppy. Did he get a 2 count? I don't think so. Tries to turn him again. Got a 1 count, that's all. Jones still has control of that left arm. Trying to tilt Nauta with his legs. Nauta trying to bridge. 1 count. Jones has him on his back. Nauta trying to bridge off. Jones has 3 backs coming with under 15 seconds to go. Nauta trying to bridge. Trying to keep that right shoulder off the mat with 5 seconds to go. So Jones will get 3 back points, and he leads 11-2 after 2.
So now the question for Nauta, does he want to go neutral and try a throw? Or does he go on top and try to turn him?
He's going to take top. So Jones is underneath with an 11-2 advantage.
So Jones's big thing right now is just to try to get out of there.
Nauta tries to reach back through the crotch. Jones up spinning on his head. Nauta wraps around Jones's right leg. Jones blocking off with his right arm. Nauta trapping that right leg, stopped potentially dangerous by referee Mike Internosha. 19 seconds in. Travis Jones trying to salt it away for Phillipsburg. He's got an 11-2 lead in the third. Nauta tries to bar the arm. Jones looking for a high crotch. Nauta trying to turn Jones to his back. Has Jones on his back. Jones trying to bridge on through this. And that is stopped. 2 back. Stopped potentially illegal hold, and a point for Jones. 2 back points for Nauta, which made it 11-4. Penalty point for Jones. 12-4 on the illegal hold. Jones underneath, trying to get hand control. And Peterson roll. Jones with a Peterson roll has a reversal. Back points coming for Travis Jones. He worked the Peterson roll last week, has worked it again. Coming up on 1 minute to go in the bout. Jones leaning back in with that Peterson. and now has to come off, get the 3 back points, and he leads 5-point play, 17-4.
Yeah, Mike, you mentioned a Peterson roll was on Jack Bauer of Hunterdon Central. Beautiful Peterson roll that night.
35 seconds to go. Jones trying to pull the right wrist through the crotch. Gives up on that. Maintains a strong ride on Logan Nauta. Jones 15 seconds away from clinching the 31st straight by Phillipsburg over Warren Hills. 5 seconds to go. Travis Jones will win a 17-4 major decision. We go to the final bout of the night. Phillipsburg has it clinched. It is Phillipsburg 37 and Warren Hills 21. Kyle Wolf will be out for the Blue Streaks. He is a junior, 14-6. Phillipsburg senior, Tyrus Manley, 3-6.
Well, it's not like there wasn't any drama in that last bout. Logan Nauta had Travis Jones on his back in the second period, and then he had him on his back in the third period exposed before Jones was able to get the reversal and then 3 back points. 17-4 major ices it for the State Liners.
Manley and Wolf tie up. Wolf trying to underhook the right shoulder of Manley. We'll be back here tomorrow night, 6:50 approximately the time for Phillipsburg and Hanover Park. Hanover Park, the number 1 ranked Group 2 school in the state, according to NJ.com. Manley thought about an arm drag. 30 seconds gone here in the first. Reaches for the right leg of Wolf. Can't pull it in. Wolf trying to hit a headlock off. Did he get the takedown? No. Off the mat at 1:12. Manley diving in a double. Wolf sprawls. Manley reaches for the right leg behind the knee. Wolf tries to muscle Manley to his knees. Wrestlers break apart with 53 seconds to go. Wolf dives in at the left leg. Manley sprawls. And off they go in front of our StatelinerSports.com microphones here, still with a scoreless first. Wrestlers circle to the left. Referee Internosha wants to talk to both boys here. Underhooking the right shoulder, Manley. Wolf trying to drive from underneath, maybe set up a barrel roll. 20 seconds to go. Stalemate called by referee Mike Internosha at 16 seconds. Wrestlers circle each other to the left. No advantage here. There's a double. Right, could not finish it before the buzzer. Wolf with another tick would have had himself a takedown. No score after one. That's our third scoreless first period. Kyle Wolf of Warren Hills will be underneath to start this second. Wolf second last year in District 1. Second in the goals tournament. Fourth in the Hunterdon Sussex Warren. He stands. They go off the mat with Manley still in control. He is honorable mention in this weight class, as is Manley. Wolf is 38-17 in his career. Wolf stands, and Manley has to cut him.
Yeah, Wolf got hand control as he came up.
Wolf leads Manley 1-0. Wolf diving in on the leg, and Manley sprawls. Wolf looking for an arm drag. They're off at 1:28. Wolf weighs 119.6, and Manley 120.8. Off the mat in front of the Warren Hills bench at 1:19.
I want to thank Jarrett Marcagilli, our supervising broadcast technician, for setting us up again here in the new Phillipsburg Gymnasium. He'll be here tomorrow night setting us up again for Hanover Park.
Manley got in on a double but couldn't finish it. Now has his hands locked behind the left thigh of Wolf. Wolf picks up on the right ankle of Manley. Manley with a hand and a wrist locked behind that. Wolf trying to spin around. Now Manley tried to go to that double again. Was taken off his base by Wolf, and Manley has to give up the takedown. Wolf ahead 3-0. Phillipsburg coach Dave Post goes to 7-0 against Warren Hills, and Jared Hoschbach still looking for his first win against the Stateliners now after 13 tries. Manley able to duck his way out for a neutral with 16 seconds to go. It's 3-1 Wolf.
And it'll be Manley's choice in the third.
Manley trying to snap down. Wolf reaches for Manley's right leg as the second period ends. Wolf in front 3-1. And Manley choosing neutral in the third. Wolf got right in on Manley's left leg, trying to spin around. Manley trying to block him off. He's got Manley's left arm barred and has a takedown to go up 5-1. 5-1 Kyle Wolf of Warren Hills over Phillipsburg's Tyrus Manley. Wolf riding out the right side. $1:15 to wrestle. Phillipsburg going to 6-1 on the season, and Warren Hills will be an even 500 now at 7-7. 1 minute to go in the bout. Manley controls the right wrist of Wolf so he can't lock up anything, loses the wrist. Wolf trying to pick up on the left leg, and he's working on a low leg cradle on Manley. Trying to control under the chin. Manley getting control of that right hand, picks that over top his head. Wolf flattens out Manley again with 30 seconds to go in the bout.
If things stay this way, Warren Hills will win 6 of the 14. And we mentioned about the toss-ups, and the Stateliners got the 2 toss-ups that they wanted. That's the difference.
15 seconds.
Wolf trying a half from the left side. 5 seconds to go in this one. Kyle Wolf of Warren Hills will win a 5-1 decision at 1:20. Final score tonight at the Phillipsburg High School gym. Phillipsburg 37 and Warren Hills 24. The Stateliners with 3 falls, a technical fall, 2 majors, and 2 regular decisions. Warren Hills with 2 falls and 4 regular decisions. Phillipsburg goes to 6-1 on the season, and the Blue Streaks fall to 7-7. Our wrestling action brought to you tonight on StatelinerSports.com by the Rothman Institute, a worldwide leader in orthopedics, an official orthopedic partner of the NJSIAA. Visit RothmanInstitute.com. By Russo Law Offices, 633 Belvedere Road in Phillipsburg. Proud to support Stateliner Athletics. Visit RussoLawLLC.com. By Ahart Frenzy & Smith, recognized as one of the leading insurance agencies in the United States. Find out more at afsinsurance.com. By Urco Community Federal Credit Union, with offices on Hillcrest Boulevard in Phillipsburg and at 2240 Northampton Street in Easton. Considering buying or selling your home? Contact Tara Butler at RE/MAX Supreme for all your real estate needs. Call Tara direct at 908-319-2447. By Open Mic, for exclusive coverage of the Stateliners and the entire Hunterdon and Warren, Sussex area, follow Mike Weileman's blog at mikeopen.blogspot.com. By Welcome to the Pit, a history of Phillipsburg wrestling is available. Order yours by calling 908-283-4342. And remember to follow Phillipsburg Wrestling on Twitter at Phillipsburg HS Wrestling. That's Pberg HSWRESTLIN. So the Stateliners win it tonight 37-24. We began the match at 126, where Warren Hills transfer Cody Harrison got the Stateliners off to a good start. It was a 10-0 major decision over Cody O'Rourke, 4-0 Phillipsburg. 132, Matt Valley of Warren Hills had built to the major twice during the match, but Kyle Tino of Phillipsburg coming up with an escape and takedown to narrow that gap to 18-11. And Warren Hills trailed Phillipsburg 4-3 after 2. 138, Zach Nauta of Warren Hills with a 9-4 regular decision over Phillipsburg's Lance Wissing. That made it 6-4 Blue Streaks. 145 in one of the toss-up bouts that Phillipsburg coach Dave Post wanted, Jason Zinsmeister won a 7-6 decision over Cameron Nauta of Warren Hills. Phillipsburg grabbing the lead back at 7-6. 152, Brian Meyer of the Stateliners. A fall in 316 with a double arm bar over Rashawn Wade Taylor, giving Phillipsburg a 13-6 lead after 5. 160 in another one of the toss-ups. Phillipsburg's Shamir Broaders fought off a takedown attempt by Ryan Beckler and got a takedown of his own with approximately 1.2 seconds remaining in overtime. Broaders a 3-1 decision, giving Phillipsburg a 16-6 advantage. 170, Jared Oster of Warren Hills, a fall with a cross-face cradle in 24 seconds over Austin Roth. Midway through, Phillipsburg 16 and Warren Hills 12. At 182, Nick Galka of Warren Hills, a 3-2 decision over Phillipsburg's Dan Fisher. Stateliners with a 1-point lead at 16-15 after 8. 195, Drew Horan. Phillipsburg came out and got a fall in 21 seconds over Ethan Young. That made it 22-15 Phillipsburg. And then Robert Melise picked up his career victory number 100, a fall in 29 seconds over Brody Oberle at 220, boosting the Phillipsburg advantage to 28-15. 285, Talon Zafis had himself a 1-0 lead with under 20 seconds to go, and Justin Caraballo sat out and got caught and pinned by Talon Zafis in 5:46. That cut the lead to 28-21 after 11. 106, Cullen Day of Phillipsburg had Greg Slifka of Warren Hills on his back 3 times, but couldn't put him away. Had to settle for a technical fall, 17-1 in 6 minutes. So Phillipsburg with a 33-21 advantage with 2 bouts to go. And then Travis Jones clinched it. The Stateliner sophomore, a 17-4 major decision over freshman Logan Nauta. Jones had Nauta on his back 3 times. Phillipsburg with a 37-21 advantage. And then at 1:20, Kyle Wolf of Warren Hills, a 5-1 decision over Tyler Manley. Phillipsburg winning 37-24. 3 falls, a technical fall, 2 majors, 2 regular decisions for the Stateliners. Warren Hills with 2 falls and 4 regular decisions. And Stateliner coach Dave Post has come over to join us. And you know, as you talked about before the match, you had a pretty good handle on what was going to happen and which ones you needed out there. And the 2 toss-ups that really helped you out, the decision by Jason Zinsmeister and the decision by Shamir Broaders with about 1.2 seconds remaining.
Absolutely. I mean, that was, we talked about before that there were 4 toss-up matches in this bout. We got 2 of the 4, and those were probably matches that most people on paper had them favored, especially when they moved down in weight. We probably were favored initially at 160, but when they moved the whole lineup down, that really kind of gave them the edge there. So we won 2 of the 4 that were, we look at them as toss-ups, but probably most people on paper don't look at it. But we know our kids. You can't look at our kids' records. They've been battle-tested, and I'm just really proud for Jason. He's come a long way. He's really become a formidable force in our lineup. And same with Shamir. He's got great attacks, and he knew that there was time was short there, and he's got good short offense, good re-attacks, and scored it for the win there.
Robert Melise picks up career win number 100 tonight against just 19 losses, and he just continues to impress under 30 seconds with a fall.
Yeah, and that was an opponent that we had a tough time scoring on this past summer. We know them very well. We wrestle them, multiple times throughout the summer. We have our pin cancer match with them. And we just keep preaching to Robert that if he wrestles that open attack, going at it and push and pace, he's unbeatable. He really is. We really believe that. He was looking for the fall there. He wanted to win it. We told him that. I actually back in 2003, I got my 100th win against Warren Hills by fall. So it was kind of fitting there, and I was just really proud of him. He's had a heck of a career. He'll certainly go down as one of the Peaburg all-time greats, especially at the upper weights. And it couldn't happen for a nicer kid. And if anybody ever gets a chance to talk to Robert, he's far beyond just the football player, the wrestler. He's a complete person, and that's a credit to his family. And he has a great upbringing. His mom has really reinforced a lot of good characteristics in him, and he's just a heck of a kid.
Drew Horan's getting near that 100th. He had an even faster fall tonight, 21 seconds.
Yeah, I think he really set the tone there, because we knew if we got 3 falls at 95, 220, and then possibly at 106, then that sealed the matchup. So we sent him out there and we said, listen, you're going to get a guy that's not ready to wrestle you, and just go out there and put pressure on him. And he's gotten so much better. Drew used to have a lot of trouble converting from his feet to back, but now he's always just smelling for it. So that was really nice to get, and it gave us a lot of momentum going around the corner.
You're kind of developing some bookends in a normal match, although tonight you get them 4 in a row.
Yeah.
But Cullen Day and Travis Jones are excelling as well.
Absolutely. At the end of the match there, when we don't get the fall, they pick up the fall at heavyweight kind of unexpectedly. Justin tried to put himself in position to win the match. We got to know that we can't put ourselves in danger there, because that could have possibly put them back into it. Those guys were sent out there at that guy at 106 was sent out there to not give up a fall, and we were starting to get a little frustrated there, but then we knew if we could score a couple set of back points, we could get there. And that was a match at 113. We actually lost that match in the pin cancer match. That was one of the deciding matches, and I knew Travis kind of beat himself up about it. We lost 8-7 on a late reversal. And he went out there with a purpose tonight, and tough on top, even tougher on bottom, but actually scoring from his leg attacks. And we said, I spoke to you a couple matches ago, if he starts getting on his leg attacks, he's got the full arsenal.
Cody Harrison got you off to a good start, and of course, the guy always in the middle, Brian Meyer, did it for you again tonight too.
Yeah, those two guys. That was a great spot to start off for us. Cody, picking up a bonus point in a match that was, probably going to be a close match, and then Brian, like he always does, he was looking at us a couple times because we probably cut him. We're used to putting pace on guys. Brian was looking at us like, let me just try to get a chance to pin him. But we knew if we wore him down, we were going to get a shot. And that's a position that Brian's not usually a double armbar guy. So, for him to lock that up, and once you get in that position, I mean, that's that match is over. But Brian has a lot of faith in us. Even when he was kind of looking at us like, maybe he didn't want to go back up on his feet and we sent him up. After he got the last takedown with 20 seconds to go in the one period, he looks over at us like if we're going to send him back up again, he was going to do it. So that's just, he's got a lot of faith in our system, and he's just a great kid.
How's Lance Wissing's knee?
He's it was just cramping up on him there, and Mr. Bride is going to be back there evaluating him. It was one of those things where he said, like, it almost felt like when you wake up, actually, when we had the injury, they took the injury time, I said, what's it feel like? And he said that it was, just almost like when you wake up out of bed in the morning, and it was just like, kind of tight. Maybe he was a little bit dehydrated. We're not really sure. But, he battled there. I mean, that was a position where they were, at that point, they're smelling blood in the water, and they're trying to get a bonus point, and he just kept fighting. And, we couldn't ask for anything more in that position.
Now, tomorrow night, you've got the number 1 Group 2 school in the state here, and, top 11 or 12, depending on what poll you're looking at in Hanover Park.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't, we tell the kids, there's not any off nights. We have to come and bring our A game every night, and that's why in the second week in February, our guys are always ready to go. They bring a nice squad. They're obviously very tough in some positions, but we're going to have to take advantage of it in other spots. And, and if we wrestle like we do tonight, I think we're going to have a very successful week.
All right, congratulations on the win, and we'll see you back here tomorrow night.
Thank you very much.
Phillipsburg coach Dave Post, now his career win as a head coach, 102 against 18 defeats. Phillipsburg with the win, defeating Warren Hills tonight 37-24. Phillipsburg going to 6-1 on the season, and Warren Hills falls to 7-7. Our thanks tonight to supervising broadcast technician Jared Marcagilli. That'll do it tonight for StatelinerSports.com. I'm Mike Moore. We'll see you tomorrow night, 6:50 broadcast time against Hanover Park. Have a great night.